Yeah, so the situation is as follows.
2 seconds. Oh, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, no. Houston, 32. Indianapolis, it's GG's.
We fucking did it. We didn't do anything. We didn't do a damn thing, but we have the number 1 draft pick in the NFL for the 2023 season. Embrace the tank for the first time since 1947. The Chicago Bears, pending a trade, will be picking first in the NFL draft. And I think that initially the first thing that all Bears fans are going to think right here is this is a pot of gold. This is the Lucky Charms right here. This is we can trade down and have 2 first-round draft picks because let's talk about it. Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud looked like solidified quarterback prospects to go 1-2 in the NFL draft. And I bet on the Texans too, so that's a double whammy. Let's fucking go. And,
we both did. We both had to hammer that money. I know Quentin did too.
I was at the store earlier today, and someone like the person that was checking me out at the store, the cashier or whatever, is like, "You have any plans for the rest of the day?" And I'm like, "Go watch football." But now that I think about it, I'm going to be watching the worst possible football that they could offer me. But I found 2 winners in those games, so I'm elated. The Bears found a way to suck so bad that they got us the number 1 draft pick for next season. And like I said, it's a pot of gold. We have, if we want to take someone 1, we can. If we like Carter or Anderson, we can take them. For the people like Dan Wienerer that don't like Justin Fields, you have columns until May to talk about how we can get C.J. Stroud and Bryce Young. But we're not in that camp. I'm in the camp of you either attack the D-line right away or you trade this for 2 first-round picks, both in this draft, and let's talk about a way to rebuild this team for next season.
The Dan Wienerers of the world. Yeah, I mean, that's a great way to put it, dude. Like, honestly, yeah, you just gave everybody so much more content. All the mock draft people in the world are going to have fun with this pick now. Like, even the people that don't like the Bears, right? They're going to have so much fun with this pick talking about, they could trade this for this. This team could trade up for that because they know that the Bears are they're not taking a quarterback. Like, sorry, analytics people of the world. Sorry, fantasy football community of the world that just looks at numbers. Like, well, fantasy football community loves Justin Fields because of what he did this year. But nonetheless, like, there were some analytics people out there that were talking like, well, they should absolutely, like, you should time it up with the rest of the roster and get a rookie contract quarterback and do this and that. Like, you know how hard – I think people don't really realize how hard it is and has been for teams to find a franchise quarterback. And then the Bears – you talk about the Bears alone finding a franchise quarterback. We still have so much high hopes for Justin Fields. He's looked good this season for the most part. Yes, he needs to improve as a passer. But, like, now you're talking about that number 1 pick. You could trade down. You could trade down twice. You could trade down 3 times. Like, I'm hoping for – give me chaos.
You get a trade. Like, dude –
yeah.
As many first-round talents as we could possibly get because we've talked about it many times over the last few weeks. This isn't a team that's 1 or 2 pieces away. This is a team that's like 1 or 2 pieces away at each position.
Yeah.
You know, like down the line, like 1 or 2 dudes away at most. There's a couple positions where we're like, okay, we're decent at. But other than that, bro, like so let's now that we got the jitters out, the game's over.
I still got jitters, dude. Jitters.
Dude, thank you, Lovie Smith, for doing us a favor today. Like,
the GOAT, man. The GOAT.
This Bears game today was a masterclass of tanking, was a masterclass of let's not try too hard, but try hard enough so that people don't leave even though they left anyways. Which, like, hats off to you. You're a sick individual if you were at the Bears game today. A real, true blue, diehard fan. But I think the way you got to look at it is this team went on a fucking glorious losing streak. They put us through misery week in and week out. And I think that a wise man once said, if you're not first, you're last. I don't really recall who that was, but I think it was fucking Ricky Bobby. And if you're not going to win the Super Bowl, which none of us that are listening to this show right now or on this show have seen us get this number 1 draft pick. Like I said, the last time was 1947.
Crazy, dude. All the bad football that we've watched.
Smoke a stogie, go get yourself a nice prime T-bone steak. Like, do what you do today. Today is a day to celebrate as a Bears fan because all the misery that we've been put through throughout this entire season actually paid off for once. And it's actually wild to me that in all the years of misery and mediocrity that we haven't had this number one pick since 1947. I'm happy to say that I was alive during the time, as fucked up as that sounds.
It does sound fucked up because you consider where this team was preseason. Like, we knew this wasn't going to be a great team, but I think even before the season, that's where I feel like, me personally, and like we were talking before the season, right? We thought this team would be a little bit better than expected. We were taking the win total over. That was before the trades. I mean, we're a little bit meatballish that way too, but like, you know, we kind of thought like 5.5 wins. Like, that's not like this team ain't that bad. You start seeing all the trades happen. You start really seeing the product on the field. You're like, oh, okay, yeah, this team really is that bad. Now, somehow they found a way to get the number one overall pick. Like, thank you, Lovie. Let's start a GoFundMe for Lovie Smith because he's losing his job. And I'm sorry, I'm serious because like that man deserves an extension for what he did for the Chicago Bears today.